Hey guys, welcome to Comfy Cozy Up. So today I'm going to be sharing the books that I collected in the last couple of weeks. These are all Caribbean books. It's a 10 and I picked some up from a bookstore, which I did take you guys with me on, and the others I selected from online. Now I wanted to do backlists. So all these books are books that were published at least, I want to say 10 years ago or more. Some were translated recently. I think I have a few that was published like maybe in the early 2000s, but they were translated about 2-3 years ago, that kind of deal. So I'm going to start talking about them and tell you what island these authors are from. And yeah, I'm excited to get into some of these. So we're going to start with Cuba. So Cuba, I picked up 2 books from the same author, which is Wendy Guerrera. And this is Revolution Sunday. I will talk about this because most likely I will finish this today. So I'll finish this before this video come out actually. But this one is about a woman whose parents had died. And there's a bit of mystery on their life. There's they're believed to have been surveillance being done on them, and now she's herself is experiencing that. She's torn between the country she loved, but also the things that are happening in Cuba that she doesn't agree with, that she's struggling with. She used poetry to talk about it, and her poems have attract people outside the country as well as people in the country who don't want her to write those things. So then she meets an actor who is telling her who her real father is, that she's not sure if he's telling the truth or not. So there's a little mystery on that. I'm not done, so I'm not sure where it's leading. But there's things about this book that I find interesting. There's things about this book that is a bit draining. It feels like a long book. It's short, but it feels like a long book. And I think because of the theme. The next book from her, I Was Never the First Lady, also is dealing with the revolutionary stuff that's happening. And both are similar in terms of her the ability for the character to leave the country and go to another country and experience certain things that reflect on their views of their political feelings towards their country, that kind of deal. So I haven't read this one yet, but I'm going to get into it. I didn't realize at first how heavy both of these were going to be, but they're pretty heavy. The next one is from, again, 2 authors. No, 1. It's a classic, guys. Classic. And I actually did start reading it already. It's a coming-of-age story. It is called Black Shack Alley from Joseph Zobel, and this is Martinique. And this is... I'm so far I'm enjoying this, and it is a coming of age, boys will be boys kind of deal. This young man is just doing the most. It is funny, but it is also, I love how the author is talking about the culture of Martinique, the food they like to eat, the customs, but it also goes into the experience of colonization that was happening, cultural things, the language, and French and Creole. And this was translated in English, and I did read a foreword in the beginning, and I thought this was interesting because it talks about how to translate it, because some of this was not just French, it was Creole, which is like a dialogue in itself, to write about. But so far I'm enjoying this, and I can't wait to talk about this. But this is a modern classic. It was published back in 1950, and this was also a movie that came out in 1983, I believe, and I think they changed the name. Sugarcane Alley is what they call. So this is going to be one of those movies, books to movie adaptation that I will do. I will finish reading it, and I'll watch the movie and see how I pan out. Then we have Martinique again. I believe, yes. Martinique again, yes. And so we have Slave Old Man. Now, I've seen this float around for quite some while now, and this one is about, to believe, the last slave in Martinique. Yes, Martinique plantation. And so of course this is his things that will happen to him and it's translated, but it's small, so I definitely want to get into this because I've been wanting to read it for a while, and the reviews were pretty good. I think Dee Dee from Brown Girl Reading did read this a few years ago, so yeah. Then from the same author, Sobelo, I know I'm not pronouncing it right. Magnificent. So this is about a man who is an entertainer. They all came to go see the man, and then the man dropped dead. So there's a kind of mystery, murder, something like that. I just know this is gonna be really good. So I'm kind of like, you know, I think I'm gonna really enjoy this. For some reason, I just feel like this is gonna be some mix up and all of that. So, and yeah. Yeah, and it's June Carnival time, yeah. All right. Let's Kwame. All right, so the next book is Beverage. And this one is Kwame Dawes. This is a Jamaican author. So this book is set in 1980, which, you know, my time of the year I was born. I'm an 80s child. So this one was published back in 2010, and I think it went out of print and then it came back in 2019. This is about a man who is suspicious about how his father died, whether it was from medical neglect or it was from some kind of political thing that was happening. And so it's in the 1980s. If you are familiar with Jamaica during that time, it was a lot of political things happening, violence and all that. So this is what I'm getting from this. This might give me a little bit of, you know, memory lane on what was happening. So this might be really interesting. But I'm definitely going to read this one. Definitely want to read this one. Then we have a classic, another classic, and I think this one was published in the 1950s. Hills of Hebron, and this one is from Sylvia Winters, and this one looks like it's gonna be a difficult read because of when it come out, and then it also has religious theme to it. This is a woman that's supposed to be the head of the church, and now she's pregnant. So just imagine the mess around that. So I think the cover, guys, I don't know if you can see the cover. You know, the Mago baptism. So if you know Jamaican culture and church, it can be quite interesting. But this one look like the font is small on this, guys. The font is small. Yeah, this one might not be a kind of book I would read during a readathon. This might be a later on read. Then I had to get a short story collection on there. So you know, Elisa Mackenzie, and this is Sweetheart, and I definitely will be reading this during Crubathon. This is definitely something I want to add to the TBR. I've read a story from Yard and A Million Auntie from the authors. This is my third book, and so I am excited for this short story collection. Then we have, what island is this one? Oh, that's Jamaica, that last one, and I forgot where she is from. Oh wow, why do I not remember? Oh, Dominica. So we have Dominica now, and this is Dancing Nude in the Moonlight, and this is Joan C. Hillhouse. This is the author of Musical Youth, and this is romance. So I'm here for it. So this is a woman that is, I guess she is she's from Dominica, and then she is have a new life in Antigua, it says, and then she is involved with a coach, a cricket coach, and yeah. But this one heavy too. It's a long one. This one long. It long. Why so long? Why it's so long? Oh, it have poetry in there. Yeah, some poetry in this. But it long. It long. Why so long? Oh, yeah, it's long. Look. Yeah. This might not be a Crubathon book because it's long. I don't want to read this long. And then the last book is called A True History of Paradise. and Margaret Cesar Thompson. And this one is set in the 80s, 1981. And this is about a girl who's wanting to leave the island, and there's a death in the family, and that is causing conflict and things happening. That is what I'm getting from this. And this author is Jamaican. So, yeah. So those are the 10 books, guys. I really going to some of these blind. I just literally just went through and looked up some Jamaican book and Caribbean books, and I wanted to read other books that are not on this. But I do have other books that floating around that's going to be added to the TBR. These are not all the books I'm picking from. And yeah, because I have some books on my bookshelf that I have not read yet. So I will do a TBR video next, and yeah, and maybe I will do a review, because I think I'm probably going to end up finishing at least 2 books by the time the next video comes out. But yeah, guys, so the next video will be Tuesday. So I'm trying to keep a schedule of Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. That is the schedule I'm trying to keep. And so it'll be 3 videos for the next couple of weeks for June. Because there's so much I want to highlight, but my internet is so low, so work with me, guys. My internet is just it won't let me be great. It won't let me be great, but we're gonna do that. And we have other fun things going on. There will be more announcement of the discussion for the book. If you haven't watched the previous video, please watch it with my Caribbean announcement on the group the group book that we're going to be reading, and there will be other announcements pertaining to that and other things on the channel. So yes, we're going to be active. We're going to be reading some Caribbean books, and we're going to talk about them. Yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.